Next guest just attended a meeting with President Trump at the White House. Family Research Council Action President Tony Perkins is with us. I believe, Tony, you talked with the President about Judge Gorsuch. Can you tell us about that?
Well, Stuart, we met with the President's top advisors to talk about his selection for the Supreme Court. Things are moving along quite well, but we're coming close to the point where the confirmation hearing is going to begin, and this is going to be a very important nomination for the President, and all hands on deck.
Now, at the moment, as I understand it, and you may know more about this than I do, but at the moment, I believe it will take 60 votes in the Senate to get this Neil Gorsuch onto the Supreme Court. Was there any talk this morning about changing that and making it 51 votes in the Senate to get him confirmed?
Well, of course, the 60 votes is pretty much of a recent threshold that was established by Democrats during the latter part of George W. Bush's term. But quite frankly, Stuart, there's a lot of support building for Judge Gorsuch. In fact, they feel very comfortable that they may very well exceed the 60-vote margin necessary because of his judicial mainstream that he comes from. He's a constitutionalist, he's a textualist. However, his opinions are quite clear, and it's going to be very hard for Democrats to oppose him, although I know they will, as we're seeing what they're doing at present to some of the other nominees. But he's a good judge. He's going to be hard for them to oppose.
You've got to remember there are 10 Senate Democrats from states that candidate Trump won up for re-election next year. There's a limit to how far they can go.
Were you in the meeting, Stuart?
Well, that was discussed. Okay, tell me about it. Come on.
Well, it's a reality. Look, the American people want change. That's why they elected Donald Trump. And top of the list, especially for social conservatives, is the impact the court has had. This vacancy was on the Supreme Court was front and center in this debate, in the presidential debate. It was a part of the campaign. The American people spoke very clearly on that, and that is going to be a leverage used against those Democrats that are up in cycle in the next midterm election.
So can I summarize it like this? You held a meeting with the President about Judge Gorsuch, and coming out of that meeting, you're of the opinion that they will probably get 60 votes in the Senate to confirm the man on the screen right now. Can I sum it up like that?
You can sum it up. The President was not in the meeting. We met with his senior advisors, but there's great confidence among the Trump team that they will reach the threshold necessary to seat Judge Gorsuch on the U.S. Supreme Court.
Just wait until there is a second vacancy on the Supreme Court during President Trump's term.
Well, that will require another meeting and additional strategy.
Yes, sir, it will. Tony Perkins, thanks for being with us right out of the White House. We appreciate it. Thank you, Tony.
Thanks, Stuart.
Yes, sir.